Hello and welcome to the NSK Podcast, episode number 271. My name is Yoshi, and as always, I'm joined by Charlie Draco Cowden. What's up, man?
Not a whole lot.
Same.
I live a very boring life.
I do too, so we are on the same boat. Noticeably, Day and Chase are not here. Day's got some family stuff, and Chase is working on projects. So they're busy. They're busy people, while Draco and I are bored sitting at home with nothing to do. So we want to talk about idols, but before we talk about idols, let's do some catch up. That's the part of the show where we catch up on things going on in our personal lives. So, Draco, tell me, what have you been up to?
I thought about this before the show. I haven't done anything this week.
Oh, God. Did you work?
No.
God damn it, man. That's why. Be more like handiwork then.
I haven't done anything this week.
Just sit at home.
Watch YouTube.
Watch YouTube. Yeah, that's the life.
And I tried to. They have a Girls and Panzer special tank on World of Tanks this month.
Mm-hmm.
But it's only for the PlayStation 4.
Console exclusives.
And I'm like, hey, that sounds, fun to have. I'll go do it. So I went and got like 10,000 XP, and then I found out it's PS4 only.
Get wrecked, son.
Well, that was a waste of time.
Well, I just find it funny that you did all of that work, and then afterwards you find out that it was PS4 only. It's so funny that isn't that how it always works? Like you grind and you work at something, and then in the end you find out that you're just screwed.
Yep. Well, at least I didn't grind all the way up. It was 20,000 to get it, and I'm
But you still like those points. They don't just go away, right? You can actually use it for something else, so it's not a big deal.
Well, I can use it for something else in that line anyway.
Right. I mean, it's not just going to waste. You can actually use it for something.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Well, as long as it's useful, then that's good. At least it's not a complete time waster.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that sucks, man.
I'm like, damn. Why can't we get something like that on Xbox? The Girls and Panzer series is kind of what got all the tanks started.
Is it?
Or at least helped with its popularity.
That makes sense. I mean, it was a hit show, and it was about tanks and stuff. So
yeah, it was. I wouldn't say it was exactly a Moe blob, but it was pretty close.
Right. I mean, it was high school girls doing tank battles, right? That was the concept. Yeah. Like inter-school competitions being in tanks and shit.
Yeah.
Which is a neat concept. So I understand why it got popular, how it got popular.
Yeah. Yep. So that's I didn't do jack this week.
Did you see the anime?
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched it all.
That's good.
Yeah, it was really good actually.
Yeah, Day suggested it to me. When it first started airing, and I just haven't gotten around to it. So, yeah, maybe I'll take some time to watch that.
Yeah, I like it a lot better than like Ken Collet or Strike Witches.
Yeah, I think those are good shows, but it's missing something. I don't know what it is. It feels a little bare bones for some reason to me.
Well, the fact that they're like the girls are the ships, not piloting the ships.
I don't know. Maybe it feels so goddamn like isolated. No, I mean not so much pervy. There's pervy shit like Queen's Blade where it's just like breasts flying everywhere where it's supposed to be like a sword fighting show, but it's like just breasts,
Well, that was pretty much Strike Witches, only it was panties instead.
I guess. But I feel like what I did watch most of Strike Witches, the first one at least, first season.
Yeah, I think I watched.
And I thought it was enjoyable. I like the characters and stuff. I like the character design. I like the concept, but I just felt like that's all the characters were. We didn't know what the enemy was. They were just like foreign object aliens, and they had no personality. They didn't say shit. It was just them the whole time. It felt a little too isolated, and like I didn't feel super attached to the storyline. It was just like, I'm there for the Moe blob, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's kind of how I felt. That's kind of how I felt when Evangelion, when I first started watching it.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, they didn't really explain the enemy till what, like 12 episodes in or better.
Yeah, but I feel like there was drama and intrigue because you kind of sort of couldn't tell like if that the dude that puts his hands like this, Ikari Gendo, I think his name is. That guy,
I don't remember.
like, okay, the director guy or the guy in charge, he does this. Like, you kind of couldn't tell if what his intentions were, and you were kind of guessing at why, he was so adamant about protecting Rey and stuff like that, and you later on find out why, and I thought it was intriguing.
Yeah, I don't think I ever actually watched all of Evangelion.
Yeah, don't. Because I watched the whole thing, and I fell into deep depression for 2 days. I remember vividly in like high school. It was horrible because it was like during summer vacation, so I just marathoned it. And then for like 2 days straight, I felt sick. Like my stomach felt sick. I thought I was going to die.
I think I watched like the first half of it, and then I watched like the last 4 episodes.
Yeah, I mean, the first half was great for me because I'm a mech fan. I'm a mech anime fan, and I loved it because it focused on the robots and then fighting the angels, and it made sense to me. But then it got into the philosophical shit, the existential shit. Then I'm like, I'm out. This makes no sense. Yeah. But I forced myself to finish it because people talked so highly of the series, and when I did, I felt disappointed, depressed, sad, lonely, and wanted to die a little bit.
Yeah, and I was never big into the mechs. I never got into Gundam and
come on,
stuff like that.
Come on, the big robots, man.
I was more into Macross.
Macross is great. Yeah, like the original one.
Voltron.
Voltron. Which one's Voltron?
The animal mechs.
Is that the lion one?
Yeah.
They renamed it. Okay, so that's Golion in Japanese.
I think so.
Pretty sure that's Voltron. Golion.
They actually have a new Voltron series out.
Yeah, they've remade it. Voltron Defender of the Universe is Beast King Golion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they've rehashed some 80s anime, mech robot animes like Dan Cougar and stuff. Dan Cougar was another personal favorite of mine.
Yeah, they now have, what is it, Voltron Force or something on Netflix.
Oh, it does. Oh, did they? That's cool. I haven't used Netflix in forever, so. Do they have subs, or are they dubbed?
I'm not sure. I haven't actually watched them. I just saw them on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was on Nicktoons, so I imagine it's dubbed.
I just can't do dubs. I'm too, I don't know, hipster or biased like that.
I generally don't like them because if you compare the two, a lot of times the story gets changed.
Right. And then sometimes the names will get changed, and
yeah.
And Shinobu is like Joe or some shit.
Yeah. Yeah, like watching the Pretty Cure series that Saban did. It's it's completely changed.
Really?
Yeah, the names, the freaking. I don't know exactly how much because I never got into Pretty Cure, but yeah, you could definitely tell it was like it's like comparing Sailor Moon, the dub versus the original.
Oh, right, because in Japanese, the main girl is Usagi.
Yeah,
Shitty name, so I can see why they renamed her, but that's not why they renamed her. And they named her Serena, right?
yeah,
Okay. I mean, Serena's not a bad name, but fucking Usagi's a bad name.
yeah, or Chibi Usagi, which was
Uh,
her daughter in the future.
This is the little one?
Yeah, the pink-haired one.
Right, okay. Yeah, that's coming back to me.
That's just a stupid name.
Oh, yeah, for sure. What was she called in the dub?
Rini.
Okay, I mean, that's better than Chibi Usagi. Fuck that. Fuck that shit.
I think Amy was the only one that stayed the same. Maybe Amy and Ray.
Okay, Ray's red, Mars.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mars.
No, I
liked
her.
Amy's Mercury.
What was she like? Emmy in Japanese or something?
No, she was Ami.
Ami, right? Okay, that's cool. See, I like that. I like that when they kind of tweak it a little bit. You can't really. Usagi's a shitty name. There isn't if there's a single Japanese person legally named Usagi, I fucking feel bad for them. I have sympathy, utmost respect to them because they probably went through some shit. With that name, like that's horrible.
I know there were some dubs. I can't remember which one it was, which language that actually did call her Rabbit.
That's terrible.
And I'm just like,
that's terrible.
There's a certain point where you just either stick with the original name or change it. And yeah, Rabbit that's not a name.
That's a literal translation. That's horrible.
Yeah,
that's like God. That's for someone. I've translated some anime, and that's like rule number one. You don't transliterate like that. That's just awful. Awful. Yeah. Awful.
But yeah, Sailor Moon, the story just got butchered, especially in the Super S series and Stars. Yeah,
see, I never got to that part. I only watched like some parts of the first Sailor Moon growing up.
Uranus and Neptune were in the original series. It very much portrayed them as very possibly being in a lesbian relationship.
Okay,
and
they get that out. They're like, this is inappropriate.
They gutted that, and they also gutted the Starlight's what is Sailor Star Fighter and Usagi's relationship.
Tuxedo mask.
No, Usagi and Sailor Starfighter were like borderline having a
Starfighter.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I do not know who this is. I'm looking at her right now. I thought it was a dude for a second. Oh my god, I didn't even know this person existed.
Yeah, it's in the last season.
I'm only familiar up to when like Sailor Pluto and Uranus and Neptune and Saturn came about. Then I was like, okay. I was never that deep into it to begin with. I just know like the main cast.
Yeah.
But then when those people join, I'm like, okay, this is probably too much. I'm gonna go watch Gundams now. I mean, I was still watching Gundams at the time, but I'm like, okay, I'll just go bury myself in Gundams, which I did growing up.
Well, in the Japanese series, the original, Starfighter was a dude when he was not transformed, and a woman when transformed.
What the fuck?
That was their disguise.
So, she's actually a dude.
Yeah. Well, no, she's actually a woman, but she was disguised as a dude.
Great. 'Cause that's what we need.
Just like, Uranus was more butch.
Right. That's how they portrayed her. Little manly, if you will.
Yeah. And Usagi and Starfighter had a relationship going on. And they pretty much butchered that too.
God damn it. It makes sense. I get they're kind of apprehensive about
transgender gay relationships. Yeah,
it's
they
funny.
changed.
It's funny though.
They changed Uranus and Neptune to cousins.
Were they supposed to be? Were they supposed to be lovers?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Or at least that's the way they were portrayed.
Yeah.
They never came right out and said it, but yeah. They weren't related at all.
Interesting. I mean, I knew they were kind of close knit, so that makes sense. Okay, so who is your favorite Sailor Moon?
Saturn.
Which one's Saturn?
Tomoe Hotaru?
Tomoe Hotaru is a sweet, lonely young girl, terrible lab accident or youth, significantly compromised her health, anime adaptation, destroy a portion of her body. Holy shit, that's fucking dark.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, her character is pretty dark.
Yeah. I was a Venus kind of guy. No. Red. No, that's Mars. I have my planets confused. I was a Mars dude. The girl who was a shrine maiden, Miko.
Yeah.
Hino Ray.
With the perverted grandfather.
I don't remember that very well, but yes.
Well, he wasn't there a lot, but there were definitely some times where he'd pop up and be looking up a skirt or two. But yeah.
You got to have some, comedic relief.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, yeah. So anything else except Sailor Moon talk?
No.
Okay.
What have you been doing?
I haven't been doing much either. Work, and watch wrestling, play some games. I haven't played too much this week. I usually do most of my gaming on Friday nights and Saturdays, so I didn't get too much in last night. I was kind of just floating about. Part of the reason why is because we're using a new chat program called Discord, and I was setting that up for people to hang out in as like a chat server. So if you're interested in joining, that's mostly for idle talk. But if you want to, just use it as a general chat platform, or if you want to use it for gaming, it has a free voice call setup. So it's like better than Skype. You don't have to call people. You just sit in the server, and if people join, they join. You can chat with them, voice or text. So it's pretty cool. Had like 7 or 8 people in chat at once, and it's really, really nice. It's like Slack. If you've ever used Slack, I know you have, Draco, because we use it for NSK purposes, but it's like Slack, but with audio function or a voice communication function. So it's pretty cool. Really neat. So if you want to join in on that, just hit me up on Twitter at YoshiRect, and I'll send you an invite. It's pretty cool. And we're chatting about idols. Rayo's like sending a bunch of GIFs, and we're like looking at it and commenting. It's fun. It's fun times. So yeah, I didn't get too much gaming in because of that, and I'm also supposed to have the landlord come out this morning. That's why my wall is bare bones at the moment, because the landlord was supposed to come in and paint my room, but he didn't. And he was also supposed to fix the water damaged fucking sink, the area. I don't know what you would call that. It's okay. You know how you have a sink, right? And then around it, it's wood.
Yeah.
And then underneath you have like a cabinet and stuff, like sink board, I guess.
Yeah.
So where the sink is inside in the cabinet, there was some sort of leak happening within the pipes. And then it water damaged whatever wood piece that was on the bottom, which should have never been a wood piece, if you ask me, or untreated wood. And it straight up fucking molded and fucking busted in because of the water. So I have a giant hole underneath my sink, and I've been catching the water that's leaking with a little like tub. And yeah, it's not like crazy amounts of water either. It just went unnoticed. I never noticed this little bit of leaking happening, and I don't know, like within a span of a week or something, I guess this thing just happened, and I'm going on maybe 3 weeks now or 2 weeks now that I've had this issue. So the landlord's been like ignoring us and not doing shit. So he's supposed to come out and fix that, and also fucking my shower, the bath faucet, I guess, not the shower head, but the faucet that spits out water for the tub, that is leaking too. But that's into the tub, so it's not a big deal. So he's got to fix that as well. So I have like 3 issues going on within my living space. So fuck. And he was supposed to come out. So I was anticipating him. He said, "Oh, I might show up at 9:30 today or tomorrow." I'm like, "Oh, thanks." Like 2 fucking like 48 hours of like time that you're gonna show up. Like Jesus Christ. And the thing is, he doesn't even call us. He has like this like work office, like management office, and that's the only phone he uses to call my mom. And then we don't have any contact with him because he doesn't give out his private cell phone number. So we can't contact him, like ask him like, "Hey, are you going to show up today?" He doesn't do that either. So it's like, fuck, you never know. So I sat around all morning waiting for this guy to show up. I was cleaning my room, like getting it ready. And then he doesn't show up. I'm like, fuck, whatever. Then I started doing laundry, and now I have laundry on my bed. I'm fucking, there's shit everywhere. And then like I have all the cleaning products, like bathroom stuff and whatever in my room because I had to clear it so he can get in there and fix the board. So yeah,
and hope it didn't rot out the floorboards.
I mean underneath. Yeah, I mean if it rotted the board on top, I guess it would technically be the bottom of the cabinet, I guess.
Yeah,
that rotted. So I mean, he could just like peel the wood out, or like he could like saw it off or whatever, and he could just put a new layer on top, and it would be fine. He just needs to put something that's not going to get water damaged so easily. It was just literally a piece of wood. It's fucking like a 2x4. Of course, it's gonna fucking rot and break in. It's like that's horrible. That's a horrible design.
Yeah, but it's pretty typical.
Yeah, it's terrible. Like I would imagine, like if I was designing a fucking like area under a sink where water is running, I would think to put something that's a little more water resistant. I'm not saying waterproof it, but have some sort of like treated wood or something, where it's not going to just rot in a week. So I would notice earlier,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem with shit like that underneath the sink is that you don't notice it unless it gets out on the floor.
Yeah, I didn't, because the only times I ever looked under, the sink is when I wanted to like grab a new roll of toilet paper, and I'd never noticed it just from grabbing a new roll of toilet paper. And the one time I did notice it was when I grabbed toilet paper when the shit collapsed in, and I'm like, oh God, something went wrong here. So, yeah. So I'm assuming the guy's gonna show up tomorrow morning because he said Saturday or Sunday. So I have that to look forward to.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. He's said, "Oh, I'm gonna show up this time," and not shown up before, so it's not the first time. So I'm fucking whatever about it. My room's a mess. Whatever. You guys can see it in the back. It's a mess. My bed's not made, and I have laundry on top of it. I'm just gonna, when I go to bed, I'm just gonna scrape that shit off my bed and just go to sleep. So, yeah, I just don't care at this point. I hate having like strangers come in and like kind of rummage around my house. Like if it's a friend or a family, I don't give a shit. But like if it's someone that I don't really know, even if it's your landlord, I don't talk to the guy. He comes in like once or twice a year to check up on the AC and shit. So like it's kind of awkward to have him just kind of rummaging through your bathroom, and I'm like here in the next room, like I kind of want to play video games, but I don't want to like totally tune him out. So if he like needs to say something or tell me something, they don't have to pause the game and stuff. So that's why it ruined my morning or today.
Yeah.
So, fuck that.
Yeah. I always hate waiting for people to show up.
Yeah, it's an awful feeling because I'm impatient, so I kind of want people to come in and come out, like get in, get out really quick, because I don't deal with bullshit like that, especially with strangers. So yeah, it was a stressful day. I didn't do anything. All I did was watch like Twitch streams and watch the Division gameplay. That's about it. Then, I was killing time like that, waiting for the guy to show up. I didn't want to commit to any long video games or anything like that. So yeah, there goes my day. And tomorrow's not going to be any different, I'd imagine. So
yeah,
so much for a weekend.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, it is what it is. You got to get it done, I guess. It's not like I'm the one that has to do it. Like if I knew how to fix that shit, I would do it myself, and I would probably do it in like an hour. I could probably do it really quick.
Probably maybe a little longer than that, but yeah.
I'll figure out a way to do it in an hour. I'll cut some fucking corners, man. I'm a professional corner cutter. So,
probably wouldn't be that hard to stop the leak, but fixing the floor could be a little harder.
See, I just want something to cover the hole up, if anything. I don't give a shit about replacing the board. I would put something that just sits on top of it, because it's not like the whole thing collapsed. It's just the middle part collapsed in. So all I have to do is like put a piece of wood or like cut a piece of wood that size, because the corners are still intact. So I can just put a piece of wood that size in there, and then we'll be good. We didn't have. I don't have to do anything. It'll be a little higher, maybe like an inch higher or whatever. But the leak is the issue. That I don't know how to trace leaks and stuff. I don't know how to stop leaks. I'm not a professional plumber. I've never trained as a plumber, so yeah, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I'm not a professional plumber, but I can figure it out.
Yeah, but you're a handy dude. You can build projects and out of wood, and you know how to use a saw. You know how to use all that. I only know how to use like electric drill and table saw from time to time, but I haven't used that in a couple of years. So
yeah, I just need a piece of 1/2-inch plywood.
Yeah. I think that's all you need. I don't think he needs to fucking replace the whole sink because of this. He just needs to trace the leak and fix that.
To properly fix it, you'd have to replace the whole thing, but
right. But I don't think he's gonna do that. I don't think he wants to do that. That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it is.
That's like rebuilding a house, or he might as well redo my fucking bathroom at that point.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so he's not gonna do that. What else is there? I feel like I had something I wanted to mention. Oh, I wrote a thing. I don't write things too often. I'm not a writer. I'm not a very good writer, so it's kind of a rare occurrence that I wrote something. So I wrote a thing on newschoolcloud.com. You can read that right now. It's live. It's my monthly review. So whatever I watched during the podcast or checked out during the podcast would be featured in there if I really, really liked it, if I really enjoyed it, and it's made an impression on me. So yeah, it highlights monthly of things that I enjoyed. It's not supposed to be like a 10-page essay or anything like that. It's supposed to be a quick blurb about each release and hopefully a couple of entertaining things, like I did GIFs or GIFs, however whatever side you're on about that argument. But yeah, I put GIFs in there to kind of show what I'm talking about rather than trying to explain it in words, because I suck at that. So yeah, that was fun. It's a neat thing. I don't think too many people do that. Use GIFs to explain or talk about like releases in general. People use GIFs as reactions and say, "Oh my god, look at this disgusting gravure," but they never use it to describe things. So yeah, that's sort of what I wanted to do. And I spent a good chunk of the morning actually trying to figure out how to put a watermark on a GIF. So figured that out. I needed a plugin took me like 2 hours to figure it out while I was waiting for the landlord and stuff. So kept myself busy in that aspect. But yeah, I figured it out. It's pretty easy once you figure it out. So yeah, check it out. You can kind of see what I was really, really impressed by in any given month. So I'm going to be doing that monthly. And I had Jaru, our very own, NSK's very own Jaru, design the logo. It's a very sweet logo. Thank you to Jaru. It's a Twitch emote. So, memes, because memes are great. Yeah.
Yep.
I love memes.
Memes pretty much rule the world.
At least the internet.
Yeah.
And I live on the internet, so I have no complaints. All right. So that's going to be it for me. I think, wow, we've only been like live for like 25 minutes. That's incredible. I feel like we've been talking for like an hour already. I mean, that's what we get for doing a two-man show, I guess.
Yeah, I thought it was quite a bit longer than that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, it's okay. We can have a short show from time to time. Not a big deal. So we're going to talk about some idol releases. I don't know how many we'll talk about, but we'll talk about enough to hopefully keep you guys entertained for about another hour and a half, hopefully.
Oh,
so
boy.
We're going to start the show off on a very, very interesting foot here.
Dark note.
We made comments about how some people are like edgelords, like Chromia Ray from Lady Baby. This is beyond edgelord. This is actually edgy.
This is like depressing.
It's very depressing. This is by Deep Girl. The song's called "I Kill," or read alternative as "Ikiru," which means live. So it's like it's got a meta layer to it, where the song's about self-mutilation and suicide, and then also the song title suggests killing someone or yourself, and then alternatively they said you can read it as ikiru, which is live. So yeah, this is fucking
deep.
It's deep. I mean, it's that's why it's Deep Girl.
I kind of wish I knew what they were saying.
They're pretty much talking about all the sad shit happening to them. So all the things that are said to them, like die, ugly, and then being ignored online chat, because, that's things you do when you get bullied, I guess. And then, you have a girl that's, that runs in the bathroom, is trying to hide from her bullies. She's trying to drown out her bullies by, playing her favorite song really loud, but it just turns into noise. And then she gets caught with a bucket of water, and then, gets her head dunked. So I guess I should have said some viewer discretion, but there is a lot of self-mutilation imagery here. So if you're faint of heart, don't look away right now. There's a lot of wrist cutting, and it's very realistic, and I feel a little uncomfortable when I see it. I get it. I get it's fake, but I feel a little uncomfortable seeing it.
This was actually like really hard for me to watch.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the knife on the wrist, and then how it's slowly moving, and you can actually see the fucking wounds from it. It's super, super like visually striking and stimulating, I guess.
I'm not sure if it's stimulating or disturbing.
Both, I guess. Because I've watched this maybe 3 or 4 times, and I still feel a little uncomfortable. Like I've been online enough. I've seen enough weird shit, but like this is not so weird. It's more just straight up too real for me. Because self-mutilation is a very disturbing thing to think about, really. So It's really really under.
It's a very. You could almost say this is a documentary on
bullying.
Well, I was thinking cyberbullying, but yeah, bullying in general.
Contemplating suicide, or actually performing like suicidal acts, I
and
guess.
Some of the consequences of that bullying.
Yeah. Like, it makes sense because, Japan has has probably the highest suicide rate in the world. It was for a while. I'm not sure if it is now. So it's a subject that probably hits home if you're living in Japan.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, even here.
Well, yeah, for sure, because there's a lot of like anti-bullying campaigns going on, but like Japan's suicide rate was actually like ridiculous. I need to look that up because it's super, super high.
Oh
wow, they actually dropped. According to Wikipedia, it's this is 2012. They were 17th in suicide rate. So yeah. All right, so yeah, this is getting too depressing to talk about. Talking about suicide and stuff.
Yeah, they're actually South Korea is actually higher than Japan.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't realize that. So there's a lot of imagery based on suicide and bullying. So it's like seeing a movie, I guess, like a thriller, I guess, tragedy, thriller, horror. It's sort of like watching a movie based on that.
It's almost documentary level.
Yeah, like it follows this one girl, and then how her bullying is happening, and then her suicidal acts, and then what happens is a lot of the lyrics are kind of shown in the screen in white, and there's things like my existence is transparent, and wills and self-mutilation, like words like that come up in the song. So it's not just imagery, it's the song itself is very dark as well.
Yeah, this is not near the, I don't want to say light-hearted, but lighter-hearted version that Baby Metal did with Ichime Dame Zettai.
Right. Yeah.
This is definitely darker.
Right. It's I'm sure the message is anti-bullying, but the song itself is not about anti-bullying. It's about actual bullying and suicide and stuff like that. So it's a different aspect. But yeah, the idea is probably to discourage bullying and kind of shed light on the stuff that's really, really horrible and disgusting to think about.
Yeah, this shows what happens in some cases of bullying.
Right.
The song itself is very interestingly done.
Right. They're described as screamo.
But there's not that much screaming going on.
No.
It's actually a lot of like melodic, almost. I don't want to call it rapping, but it almost is.
It's like maybe like read poetry, I guess.
Yeah, it's a lot of the lyrics are spoken rather than.
That's pretty much the verse.
And with the instrumentals, it works really well. I think we can both say that we're generally against speaking in songs.
Yeah.
But this works really well for it.
I'm still not 100% sold. I do agree that it's better than like if they did a generic Idol song and they're just talking and winking at the camera. but this is
Yeah.
done in a way that makes sense with the theme, I guess. So
Yeah.
I can give it a pass, but I'm still not 100% sold on the verse because of it being totally spoken. And that adds another dark layer to the theme and the subject being discussed. Because if it was just straight up singing, then you can kind of dismiss it as that. But when it's like thematically this depressing and dark, and then you're having speaking lines of like melancholy sounding girls and angry and disturbed, it adds to the atmosphere.
Yeah.
So I get why the producer did it, but I prefer it if they were just right like straight up singing.
It would probably be easier to listen to if it was straight up singing, but I think as far as delivering the message and the way it was produced, it works really well.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's just I'm trying to separate the song from the PV and then the themes, and I'm just trying to think of it as just a song. Then I'm not sure if I'm too into it, but as a package, it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. The production choice, but
I'm not sure I could ever separate the two now in my head.
No, yeah, it's a very
after seeing it, I just don't think it's possible to really separate the two.
Yeah. No, I understand. But if you buy the single and then like listen to it, MP3 wise, the images might pop in your head, but at the end of the day, you're listening to the song. So, but I feel like everything but the speaking lines are really, really great and totally up my alley. It does have that screamo feel to it. It's got like the post-hardcore feel to it. I do enjoy that. That's the music that I grew up, listening to. That and like pop punk. Like those are my two favorite genres growing up. So it speaks to me, but when the speaking lines happen, I'm just kind of not into it.
Yeah, I could see that. The screamo for me doesn't really happen until the end of the song, though.
Yeah.
The rest of it's pretty melodic. It's not. I mean, there's screaming in there, but it's like at certain points, and it's just screaming. It's not actually saying anything.
Yeah, I mean the screamo that I listened to, it wasn't screaming all the time. It was a lot of melodic singing, and then the screaming would just kind of be to hit the theme home, and kind of create that attitude,
that frustration and anger.
Right, exactly.
It's very effective at what it does.
Yeah.
The thing that really surprises me is that this is from Showroom.
Yeah. So I had to look it up because I had no idea who was producing them. So yeah, Showroom is the live streaming site for like a lot of idols use it.
Yeah, a lot. Even a lot of artists use it too. TGS uses it a lot.
Right.
Hamburg Girl uses it. There's I think Paspo or one of them has a channel on there. It's kind of like Ustream, only it's more interactive, I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of chatting. Yeah.
It's got the gifts and stuff you can give and levels and
so
like that.
This is also the members were part of a TV show called Deep Girl, actually. Which aired on Fuji TV in 2014. So a portion of that crew joined this, I guess, is what I'm reading from the Wikipedia page. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know what much how much more we can talk about, because the PV speaks for itself. It's a statement PV, it's trying to get across a point, and it does it very well.
Yeah.
Probably too dark for me, 3 dark 5 me, and probably 3 deep 5 me as well. But I get the point. I get the creative direction. I understand what they were going for, and I think they executed it very well.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely serves its purpose very well. Not for me though.
Yeah. I can't see myself watching this too many more times. It's just too much for me.
It's way too depressing for me.
Yeah. I have enough, sadness in my life. I don't need even more sadness, even darker imagery than what I have in my life, in my head.
Yeah, it hits a little too close to home for me.
It gets very real. This thing gets very real. Like, you can see everything happening in this PV happen in real life to someone. Some poor little girl is probably going through this right now, and it's that thought is super disturbing. But that's probably the point, to bring awareness to bullying and stuff and suicide. So if you're contemplating suicide, if you're being bullied, please seek help. That's sort of the message. And if you are being bullied and if you're contemplating suicide, please do seek help. That's very serious.
Yeah.
I think we can probably rate this if you want to go ahead.
How do you rate this?
I don't know. Because I kind of want to, something like this, I kind of want to separate myself, like my bias and my personal taste away and kind of judge it as an art piece. But,
yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking too. It's I would give I'm not going to separate the song and the PV out. I would give the overall package an 87.
Mm-hmm. It's very well done.
Maybe a 90.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good song. I mean, everything works.
Yeah.
For me. It's just way too dark.
I agree with that. I'll give the song and PV an 80. Same thing. I would just package it up and give it an 80. I think it's done very well. It's just the points that I'm taking away personally are my personal bias against speaking lines, and then the theme being a little too dark and too much for me at times. So, but it's very well done, and I totally respect the creative decisions that they made. And some people might not find it entertaining and might not find the topics to be kind of appropriate, but I think it's it's done in a way to kind of bring about awareness and stuff. So I think it's very well done.
It's taking itself seriously. It's not poking at itself or poking at the subject. It is very serious, and it portrays itself that way.
You know what it is? You know how we kind of hate drama PVs?
Yeah.
This is a drama PV done right.
Yeah.
I think that's what it comes down to. This is how you do a drama PV. There's a storyline that you follow the character or characters, and you're emotionally invested, and did a great job in getting me emotionally invested. That's why I feel so kind of uncomfortable and kind of nerve-wracking about the topics and subjects in the PV. So
yeah, it's not some abstract storyline that you can't follow in 4 minutes or 5.
Yeah,
it's laid bare for you right there in the open. This is what it is.
Yep. It's very well done.
That it is.
That I would give the song like a fucking 90, 95 if it didn't have speaking lines. Just listen, like if I were to put that song on my MP3 player, I would even go higher if it didn't have speaking lines. Just that's my personal preference.
Yeah.
Good song though.
Actually, I would probably agree with that, because the speaking lines really do have an effect on me when I hear them.
Yeah.
So, and it's not, well, it isn't a negative effect, but it's not a negative against the song itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
agree with that. So we can switch gears. We have to get into a different gear so we can, it's supposed to be a happy show, it's supposed to be a really, really good feeling show. We're always positive and talking about good stuff. That was good, but the themes do bring about some disturbing negative imagery. So Let's bring it. Let's bring the energy back up. Let's talk about Camouflage, Yukoku, brilliance.
Them Patriots.
Yeah. So the first thing I thought of is this is some sort of like super nationalistic, like fascist statement. That's just my takeaway from the title, right?
Yeah.
Because Yukoku has a very
well, I mean, even just patriotic in the U.S. can have some very
this. If you look up Yukoku, you will see the kind of imagery that I'm talking about. It's very, very reminiscent of World War II times, and very tied to very much tied to doing whatever you can for your country, including things like committing suicide, like kamikaze and stuff. So
yeah.
It brings about that kind of imagery to me. So the song kind of started off on the wrong foot for me. But of course, I can't judge the song based on the title. So
and I have no clue what the song's actually about.
Yeah, and then I don't know. And Camouflage is doing EDM. I don't think they ever did EDM. They have a guitarist in the group, and they don't use her.
Yeah, no, I can't say that they've ever really done EDM. What is IR Camouflage supposed to be?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
The only thing I can think of when I see that is like infrared camouflage, but they're definitely not wearing infrared camouflage.
Well, it kind of makes sense with camouflage, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just weird.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely weird. But you know what? I kind of like that design. I would like that on a shirt. I would wear that.
Yeah, the sweatshirt, the hoodie design's good.
I mean, I don't wear hoodies that often, but like, if you give me that design logo on a shirt, I'd totally rock that. That's a hot shirt. That's a hot design right there.
Yeah. This PV has issues.
What kind of issues?
Lighting issues mostly.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's dark. It's shot at night, so that doesn't help.
Yeah, well, it's shot at night. They've got the girls walking directly into the lights with the camera directly in front of them, so you can't see their face.
I mean, maybe that's the sort of the thing they were going for.
Or off to the sides, all you see is a glare.
Right.
The shots where you can see them look really nice.
Mm-hmm.
They also have this like weird prism effect going on.
Yeah.
In some shots.
Yeah, it like blurs for a second.
Yeah, it's like there's a cut in the screen or something, a crack or something.
Right. Like someone punched the camera and then the lens kind of shook or something.
Well, no, you can actually see in some where there's like a line going through the screen.
Right. Like there are different effects used here. It's just kind of random.
Yeah.
But I understand. They want to spice it up. They want to keep it a little interesting.
Yeah, because this PV is not that interesting.
It's pretty boring. It's boring as fuck. IR is idle resistance, according to Mech. According to Mech.
Okay. I'd believe it.
Sure. I mean, resistance makes sense because, you're like super patriotic and you want to rebel against something, an oppressing force.
Yeah. The random English in this song is why?
Like destruction and extension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Existence or whatever that other word they use is.
Patriotic brilliance, man.
I don't dislike this song, but there's something missing from it.
I mean, that's how I felt the first couple times I listened to it. And
I'm not sure if it's just the the lyrics aren't, or the vocal melodies don't match, or
Yeah, I could see that.
there's not enough of the enough in the instrumentals, or what it is.
That's sort of how I feel about a lot of these idol EDM songs that have vocals in it. I just feel like there's something lacking, like some of the edged up monkey, not the edged up monkeys. Was it the last thing that we talked about by Stereo Tokyo or Stereo Japan, the one with the monks? I felt
Buddhist bound.
Yeah, I felt that about that song, where I just felt like there was something missing, something a little empty about it. It just seems to happen with a lot of the idol EDM music, but this song speaks to me a little more. According to Dell, the sweatshirts and the design are a reference to the old school Detroit techno. I guess they were. It's a group called Underground Resistance, and I looked it up. Yes, it's their logo.
Oh, okay.
Except there it says UR instead of IR, but the logo is the same exact thing.
Okay. I guess that makes sense.
So yeah,
they actually have English translated lyrics in the description.
Oh, really? Okay, that's cool. Yeah. I kind of want to look at that.
Extinction of despair, extension of the future.
That sounds like some patriotic shit right there. When you become too patriotic and it becomes, nationalism and then becomes fascism, there's a thin line, I think.
Bad adults made us say it. Huh.
Well, I actually like the song. I think it's catchy. And the first couple times I listened to it, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I was kind of sitting there going, where's that hook? Where's that drop? Where's that dank dubstep? I didn't hear any of that. But this song does well itself because there's a hook there. I like the melodies going on with the vocals. So I really like the song.
I don't think there's enough power in the vocals.
No, there isn't. But
it is my biggest problem.
But I kind of expect that from like lesser groups, right? Lesser known groups.
Yeah. But I mean, Camouflage has done some good stuff.
No, I know they have, but it's not like their strong suit is like vocals. They're not cute or, fucking Morning Musume, whatever. They're not vocal powerhouses.
Man, I haven't really followed them, so I don't know exactly what they're like, but
they've been doing like rock stuff. That's the thing.
Yeah.
There was a girl when in her profile pic when I looked at her like a year ago, she had a guitar. Like that was her thing in the group, is that she's a guitarist. And you kind of take that away from her with songs like this,
Yeah. Somewhat.
I'm checking out their website right now.
Apparently
and there's no one carrying a guitar, so I didn't realize they were a Nagoya-based group. That's cool. One girl that kind of looks like Yajima Maimi.
I wonder, because their channel doesn't have much on it. I wonder if they've had a rebranding or something.
Maybe. They've been around for a while, though.
Yeah, but they haven't released anything in a while.
Yeah, they only release like 1 or 2 singles a year, I think.
Which makes me wonder.
Holy shit, they released 4 singles last year? Are you serious? 2 years ago. Shit. They released 4 singles in 2014. Weird. Yeah, their release schedule has been kind of weird. I don't see anything listed for 2015 except for the album, so no singles.
Oh. I forgot about that. One of the girls is from SKE.
What?
Yeah, Yamashita Moe is
What?
Team S.
I remember her.
And Kamiya Runa is a DJ, and Takasaki Shoko is the one that plays the guitar.
Oh man, I forgot about that. I remember talking about this with Mech or someone, because Mech is a Camouflage guy. He knows about Camouflage way more than I do, and we talked about this. I remember we talked about there being a former SKE member in it. That's cool. I like seeing that.
I can't say I remember her, but
Yamashita Moe?
yeah.
I remember her. I remember looking at her and finding her cute.
No, that's not her.
What, Yamashita Moe? She is in the group.
No, I was looking at pictures.
Oh, yeah. I remember looking at her in the group pictures and thinking, "Oh, she's very pretty." So, yeah.
Oh, I think I remember her vaguely.
So the song is, your typical Idol EDM, electro pop, and the PV is them walking around. Looks like the suburbs. It doesn't look too city-ish. Yeah, they're just walking around. Just doing whatever, wearing headphones and walking.
Yeah. And one of them's got a badge, which I just don't quite get.
No, I think there's two
that's
of
her
them.
phone.
There's two of
That's
them.
what it,
Yeah, they have the phones.
I thought that was like, a VIP badge or something.
I'm going to a concert and I have a VIP press badge.
Yeah, I don't know. This just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah. I don't blame you. You want to rate it?
I give the PV like a 50. It's not bad. It's not good. You get to see the girls for a while anyway. The song, 65.
Damn.
It's not bad, but just doesn't do it for me.
Okay. I'm going to give the PV a 65. It's pretty boring, not interesting at all. I'm going to give the song an 82. I think it's an above average Idol EDM song. And after you listen to it a couple times, that hook kind of gets stuck in your head, and I can see myself humming it. It's pretty catchy. All right, let's Camouflage. Yukoku Brilliance. Next up is 10 Colors JK Daikakume no Hibi. JK stands for Joshikose, for those who don't know.
This one. I didn't have them in order.
Good job. So, first thing that stands out, to me at least, it's a very, very generic Idol song.
Yeah.
Very, very cookie cutter.
Well, it's also got a very generic Idol look to it, too.
Yeah.
To the group.
School uniforms, yeah.
Yeah.
But what does separate the song from, it being a generic Idol group is there are speaking lines, but it's done in a comedic way. So I can appreciate that a little bit. But, of course, there's still speaking lines. I can't,
Yeah.
I can't, dismiss that. But there is a mixture of singing and speaking lines. So, it's not as, of bad as an offense as others.
Yeah, there's also some rapping in there, too. A little.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting to see those aspects kind of featured in a very straight up cookie cutter sounding Idol song. So I thought that was interesting, but the rest of the song is very flat, unimpressive, not super catchy.
Yep. I mean, yeah, it's got a very traditional Idol look and feel to the song in PV.
Yeah. It's really not trying to do anything too new or different. Which is
No.
fine.
No, there's really nothing to set them apart.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine. It's par for course. It's safe. But
Yeah.
you're not going to get those extra clicks by being novel and interesting and different,
Yeah.
You're going to attract a very specific group of people that like safe stuff, that's not a problem. But that's going to guarantee, I think that'll guarantee you some profit, I think. It's just not going to blow up into like Lady Baby or Baby Metal, right? It's not going to be that novel thing that catches on and, around a country or overseas.
Yeah, you're not going to be touring Europe and the U.S. and within 6 months of releasing the song.
But you know what sucks still? Because of like Baby Metal and Lady Baby, they've kind of set a standard. It's like, hey, check it out. We're fucking touring the world. What are you guys doing?
Yeah, to a certain degree, I guess.
So it's not really a fair comparison, but
yeah. The PV is very well. I guess the PV on the song is very Seishun.
Yes, girls in love with a dude. It's seemingly a one-sided love, but towards the end, at the bridge, she sees her friend talking to the dude that she's in love with, and she's like, "Oh my god, my friend who I talked about my crush with. What the hell, that bitch?" And then she confronts her, like, "Hey, why are you talking to him? I thought you knew that I was in love with him." It's like, no. I just talked to him, and he told me that he's interested in you as well. It's like, oh shit, that's great. So it's very good, happy ending there.
That junior high crush.
Yeah. Are they junior high?
I don't know.
They probably are, aren't they? They look young.
I have no idea.
I'm
Probably.
gonna look this up. Cover me while I look this up. I'm gonna go to jail.
I mean, yeah, maybe.
Oh, I know where I know 10 Colors from. Fucking Komori Yui was in this group.
Komori Yui?
Komori Yui. She's in Galette. She was a former HKT. She was on that, was part of that big scandal.
Oh, okay.
She was in this group before she joined Galette. I remember because when Day and Kyle went to Fukuoka, they saw them performing fucking, was it Nogisaka's Oida Shampoo? Or there's a video. They saw them, but then there's a video online of them performing Oida Shampoo, and it was terrible. That's where I know them from. I totally
imagine
them now. That's amazing.
I imagine that to be true. Looks like all of them are between like 1997 and 2001.
Okay, I guess that's not too bad. They just look young.
At least, yeah. 97, 99, 2000, 2001.
Par for course.
That's still junior high, isn't it?
90s, 2001?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's like high school. They're like 15. Maybe they haven't had their birthday, so maybe they might be middle school. But that's par for course for idol groups these days.
Yeah, they're not as young as they could be.
No, we don't want them any younger, please.
They're out there. There are those groups out there.
Yeah. I just have a hard time having too much to say about it because there's nothing inherently bad, but there's nothing that's standing out in a significant way. It's very nice. It's very decently done.
Yeah. It's
super safe.
It's filmed really well. There's not a huge amount of the Japan filter on there.
Right.
Which is always nice. But yeah, there's just not a whole lot to say about it. I mean, it's safe.
So if you were to give this song and PV a score of a number out of safe, how many safes out of 10?
9.
9 safes out of 10.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's very safe.
Yep.
Great.
The rap part gives it like a negative.
The one part they're trying to be different, or not different, but like trying to do something a little more interesting than just generic idol pop, you're shitting on it. Come on.
No,
man.
I don't mind it. It's just
You said it sucks.
no. I said that's a negative against the safe aspect.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So it only gets 9 out of 10 instead of 10 out of 10.
Great. So if you were to give it a personal score, what would you give it?
A 70 for the song, and like I'd say a 75 for the PV. It's not badly done.
Yeah.
And the drama plays itself out in a understandable way.
Yeah, it's not. They're not too in your face with the story, which is good.
Yeah.
They still focus on the members rather than the story itself. So sometimes you kind of forget that the story exists, but it's there. So it's not like a super offensive drama PV, which is good. So the PV is not bad. I just think the song is super plain and not anything to write home about. I'll give the song like a 67, and I think I'll give the PV a 74. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
All right, that's 10 colors. JK Daikakumeno Hibi. Next up is Next Is You. Are you next, bro?
I don't know what the frick the title of this song is.
The question is, are you next? Because next is you.
Yeah, Juice.
Juice is next is you. That English, though.
Yeah.
That is so English.
It's very horny.
Well, it's Tsunku.
No, it's not. Or
You
is
sure?
this?
I'm pretty sure
No, I'm
Tsunku
not.
wrote this.
Well, he wrote the other song. More Than My Body Has Grown Up.
I think he wrote both.
But
The
did
song-
you write this one?
I think he did. Let me look it up. But because this song sounds Tsunku as fuck.
Well,
Come on, listen to that fucking like screaming synth sound.
I mean, he has trained people to reproduce his sound.
Oh
So.
god, I hope he didn't, because that was the next.
Oh
you know.
yeah, I'm actually reading his book.
Oh, are you? How's it?
Dakara Ikiru. Yeah, he basically said he trained people to produce the sound he wanted because he was so busy he had to.
I kind of don't want him to do that.
I'm pretty sure that's not Sunku's voice in the song.
Well, it doesn't. Well, he can't talk anymore, man. Of course, it's not his song.
So unless it was recorded like a year ago, yeah, I doubt that's him.
I doubt that. I doubt they recorded that far back.
Yeah. But it's very juice sounding.
I'm still trying to look it up. Who fucking wrote this? Okay, according to this HelloProject.com, it is written by Tsunku. So yeah, it makes sense. It's a Tsunku-esque Tsunku song.
Who knows? He might have a backlog of songs.
I'm sure. No, he definitely does. This is probably part of that backlog because he's done dealing with Hello Project, right?
Yeah.
So
as far as I know.
Yeah. So I'm assuming this is part of the backlog. This is like the Tsunku-esque Tsunku song that I don't really like. it doesn't have like that discernible feature to it.
Yeah.
I like the Tsunku stuff where he's doing like heavy like EDM like he did with like Morning Musume like 2 years ago. I like his stuff when he did that. I like his stuff when he was doing really dumb cutesy stuff like he did for Smilage when they were still Smilage.
Yeah.
This is too straight up Tsunku for me.
This definitely isn't one of my favorite songs. It's okay, but it doesn't have a hook for me.
Yeah, that's my issue with this song.
So far, this single has pretty much failed.
I agree. Because what was the other song? Otona no Karada ga Otona ni Nattan Janai.
Yeah.
That song didn't do anything for me either, honestly. So yeah, that's a song. We're not very impressed. What about the PV here?
No, what PV? Them standing in front of a red curtain dancing.
Hey man, they got a red curtain, dog. Something.
Yeah, that's true. Then standing in front of some like pinkish red satiny gossamer drapes and singing.
Yeah. That's why they're next. Or you're next. I don't know to what. You're next.
Next you.
You are next. Next is you. That is in English.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you pretty much described it verbatim. That's exactly what's going on. The outfits are weird. I like the design.
Yeah.
I like the shape, but the all black and then the pink accents kind of look off. I think the two layers, the jacket on top or the shirt or dress underneath should be a different color. I think it looks too flowy as one color. It would have been better if it was separated. And I think that neon pink is just I don't like that neon pink color. So
yeah. Did you notice the lettering on the collar of the shirt?
Yeah, I don't understand because it doesn't. Oh, are they spelling next?
Next you.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It took me a minute reading that. Like, okay, there's a T and an N and an X. Why would there be an X? Oh, it's next to you. With just the letter U instead of the actual word. Oh. Cheesy Hello Project.
Why does this happen?
Cheesy Hello Project.
Oh, please. I think we have our title for this podcast. Oh God.
They need like
touch, I guess.
They need like 2 more girls in the group.
Well, then why don't they just change the title of the song to Next to You?
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, next is you is in like quotes. Next to you is outside quotes. So
what is it then?
I don't know. I really don't know what the heck the name of this song is. Next is you is in the lyrics.
Okay, according to Hello Project, Wikipedia. Wait, no, it's not the site. It was Hello Project. HelloProject.com. It is Next is You. So.
Okay.
So the members did some stuff different with the hair.
They did?
At least 3 out of 5, yeah. Kanazawa Tomoko's hair looks even brighter. I think she dyed it even lighter color, styled it differently. Sayuki, I believe her name is Sayuki, Takagi Sayuki. She has a ponytail. I don't think I've seen her wear a ponytail in a PV. So that's different. And then Miyamoto Karin with the shredded attacked by a honey badger haircut. My God, what did you do, girl?
Yeah. I don't know these girls well enough to say what their hairstyles were, so.
Well, Miyamoto Karin was going straight up for, like, I'm a dude at one point.
Yeah.
She cut it to, like, fucking Tamai Shiori length.
Yeah, she's kept it short, too.
Yeah, she has. I mean, I don't mind. I like it. It's just when you do that little frilly fringe thing with that short of a haircut, you look like a poodle or a dog of some kind.
Yeah.
Miniature dog to me.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot you can do with that and actually look good.
That is not my preference for her. Cutting. Love you, girl, but yo, come on. Come on, son. Come on, son. Yeah, I'm not super hype on this.
So what would you score it?
I'm gonna give the song like a 60 and the PV like a 62. It's not my thing at all.
I'd give the PV like a 65. Yeah, it's not really my thing either. I guess there's some good shots of them dancing, but nothing special in the dance either. So the song, like a 62. It's got that juice sound to it, but it just doesn't have that hook that I want.
Yeah.
From them.
Yep.
So
this is the Tsunku stuff that I don't want. It's this sound. It's this specific sound that he's done many, many times. I'm just not a fan of it.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for Juice. Next is You. Next You is their name and their drama. That's the explanation given to me by Pizza Ghost.
I see that. I guess. Okay.
Next up, Bitter and Sweet. Hallelujah, it'll be fine.
These freaking English titles.
Hallelujah! Finally, a bitter and sweet song I can get down with.
Really?
Yeah, I never enjoyed their previous stuff, and God knows I've given it a chance. You know, covering it on the podcast for 2 years now or whatever they've been around. I never could get into their songs, but this song, there's something about the song that works for me. I don't know what it is. It has a different feel from the other ones for some reason.
It's a little more upbeat in the instrumentals. I think, anyway. And I'm not saying that the tempo is more sped up, just the choice of instruments.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it feel more upbeat.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I've really liked Bitter and Sweet since their debut.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're probably best new artist of the year for me when they debuted.
2013.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this song. I wouldn't say it's as good as their previous stuff, but it's definitely good.
Yeah. You know, it reminds me of like 90s J-pop, you know? It has that similar feel to it. The melodies, especially.
I can't say I really know exactly what would be considered 90s, but I'll take your word for that.
Like groups like I don't know, like Every Little Thing. I believe in the early days before they started doing like fucking ballads all the time, they did stuff like this. I believe that's sort of what
Okay.
it's reminding me of.
Okay. I'm still trying to figure out who's bitter and who's sweet, though.
I'm gonna guess Moemi is the bitter one because she's like the one with the piercing and the leather jacket, and she looks kind of rough around the edges. Like if you were to say if one of them looked a little rough around the edges, it would be fucking Moemi, you know.
Yeah, she's
Asahi
got the dyed hair.
Yeah, Asahi looks very clean and like, you know, your typical, you know, black hair Japanese girl, you know.
Yeah.
So I would say she's the sweet. So yeah, I really, really enjoy the song. I think the song is super catchy, and I'm glad I can finally have a bitter and sweet song that I could proudly play on my playlist and not skip.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely enjoy their stuff. I was really surprised when they didn't pretty much. What did they release last year? Nothing?
I don't know.
One single?
Let me see. I don't remember if they released anything. They released Renai Wars, Koi Gokoro. I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was about them fighting over a dude or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty sure. Yeah, I remember that.
Is that all they released?
I mean, according to Hello Project Wiki, yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if that's updated. Let me check.
I wouldn't be
Japanese
surprised.
Wiki.
I would not be surprised because I don't remember them coming out with much.
Yep, it is. Renai Wars and Koi Gokoro were the last songs they released. So it's been a year.
Wow. Yeah, almost exactly. It's only a couple of weeks off from being exactly a year.
Yeah. So yeah, I really, really like the song. This PV is it's shot nicely. It's the two members just kind of standing in scenic locations with stuff going on in the background. There's not much else to that.
This is actually a mini album.
Oh, okay.
That they're doing.
That's cool. If the mini album sounds like this, I'm totally down.
And it looks like it's going to be self-titled.
Great, because they already have a self-titled single, so that's not confusing at all. So the PV's just them walking around or standing in front of like buildings and like cool scenery, cool imagery going on. So I do appreciate the shots, and I think it's shot really, really nicely. It's bright, but of course, you know, there's a tint of Japan filter there, so it takes away from the color, but it's not totally drawn out, so it's not too bad. But yeah, it's there.
I'm disappointed in the aspect ratio.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's really slim. It's like I'm watching a DVD on like a really, really small monitor.
Well, it's like you're watching a Blu-ray on a 4x3 monitor.
Oh. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so the first mini album is already out, so you can actually go check that out. So I'm gonna go do that actually.
Oh, it's on iTunes.
Yeah. Thank you for putting your music on iTunes for easy access. Thank you. I appreciate it. I have to give props to all the idol groups that put their stuff on iTunes. I really, really appreciate that. So yeah, I'm gonna go download this.
Oh yeah, it looks like if that's when it came out, that date there on the description, it's been out for almost a month or over a month.
Yeah, so it's like what 10 months since they released the single, so it's not too bad.
That's still a long time in idol terms.
I mean, didn't Momoko go like a full year without releasing something?
Yeah.
Once, like between like Fifth Dimension and something else.
Yeah, I think so.
It happens from time to time. I mean, this is a group that it's two people. I don't know how busy their schedules are. I feel like they should be releasing more often, you know?
Yeah, they were performing a lot this year, I think, or last year, I guess now.
That makes sense.
Um,
But do they have enough material to be like touring and performing a lot?
they cover a lot of other group songs, I think.
But they should just.
And what's her name? Tasaki.
Uh-huh.
Asahi. I think she does. They do her stuff as duets.
I remember
She's
Rolling
really-
Days.
Yeah, she's released a couple songs.
Yeah, I really, really liked her solo stuff. I enjoyed it. Even
I'm
those
not
piano
sure-
rounds.
I'm not sure why she didn't take off. If it was just the music or
Yeah,
what it
I
was.
don't know. I was looking forward to her solo career, but I mean, this is fine too.
Yeah,
This works for me.
yeah. They found two people that match really well.
Yeah. I just
And
wish
they're-
they get pushed a little bit and they appear on like TV shows and shit.
Yeah, I don't know if they've been on anything, or I certainly haven't seen anything that they've been on.
Yeah,
If they
like-
have,
Put them on a music station or something. You know, that'd be awesome because there aren't like legit performing duos like this
not really. No.
currently. So it's like, why the fuck not? You know, there's talent here.
Yeah. Apparently they were touring with Lavender.
Yeah, it makes sense. So yeah, I think it's a really enjoyable release here.
Definitely.
You want to give it a score?
I would give the song a 80 and the PV 75. They can make better PVs.
Oh yeah, I mean that's for sure. I am about with you. I'll give the PV a 72, and I'll give the song an 84. I really like the song. That's Bitter and Sweet's Hallelujah, It'll Be Fine. It's a really uplifting song. Next up, Cheeky Parade's Skygate. Not Spygate. Skygate. There's a gate in the sky. It's open and you jump through it. And
you teleported to
a fifth
something.
dimension. Wait till we get some awesoming spam from Missing in chat if he's still there.
And I have no idea who she is.
It's okay. I didn't know either until you started spamming her.
Oh, what's with idols and white hair?
White hair?
Yeah.
I mean, the blonde one? It's like platinum?
Pretty much white.
I mean, is that worse than Sugaya Risako's like pink purple?
She did kind of a platinum look too at one point.
Yeah, but then she did like pink purple.
Yeah.
Lightning
Or-
from Final Fantasy 13 color.
Baby Raids.
Oh yeah, platinum white. Yep.
Yeah.
Hayashi. What's her name? Manatsu from Baby Raids. I mean, there's only a couple. It's not like there's one in every group, you know. I
don't
makes
like
it
it.
easy.
They just look weird.
Is that an Asian thing? Do you just think Asian girls look weird with really light hair?
No, I think it's more a facial structure.
Yeah. Well, that's an
than
Asian
anything.
thing. That's an Asian thing. Can't change the facial structure.
I think there might be some that would look good with it, but
Like Koreans.
nah, I don't know. I don't pay attention to Koreans.
I mean, there's this girl Park Choa from AOA. It's a Korean pop group. She looks fantastic with that blonde hair. Everyone should Google her.
I just think it's the build of their faces just doesn't work with that. And maybe it's even just the hairstyle more than the color.
Right.
Because both this girl who I don't know her name
Suzuki
and
Maria. Yes, that Suzuki Maria name. It's the same.
Okay.
Remember Suzuki Maria from SNH AKB fame?
Yeah.
Literally same name. I mean, spelled differently, but same fucking name.
And the girl from Baby Raids, they both have the really short hair.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's just there's some girls that look really good with short hair and others that don't.
Yeah, maybe it's a preference thing. Do you prefer like short hair over long hair or long hair over short hair?
I prefer like medium length hair.
Okay, so maybe that's just too short, and then add another wrinkle of platinum blonde, so you just doesn't work for you. I like it. Makes them stand out, of course, so it's easy to spot them. So, like, she's one of the first members that I learned names for because it's very obvious.
Yep.
I still don't know every single member of Cheeky Parade. I know the names, but I can't attach names to faces for like two or three of them.
I never got into Cheeky Parade, and this single doesn't help.
I never got into Cheeky Parade until they released Monster and Colorful Starlight.
None of their singles have really hooked me.
I mean, that's how I felt about them until their
live
last single.
Performances are great, but the PVs and the songs by themselves just do nothing for me.
That's what people say about Cheeky Parade in general.
Of course, the same thing kind of happened with Up Up Girls too.
Oh, dude, Up Up Girls songs are amazing.
I've gotten into them now.
Oh, okay.
But when I first started, they weren't really on my radar.
Up Up Girls has some fucking bumping music. Yeah,
So
Cheeky Parade had issues for me. I just didn't like the instrumentals, and I still feel that way. I think it's still underwhelming, but the vocals and the melodies carry it, at least.
Yeah, I think both are pretty underwhelming in this one.
I think the melody's nice. I know it's more of a subtle song. It's not very hype, but I think the melodies are really nice. And it's atmospheric.
Yeah, it is, but
I know it's not your type of style.
they throw that rap in there, and it's just that part sounds really good. The rest of it just kind of falls short of that bar.
Yeah, that's how I felt too when I first listened to the song. I listened to the chorus and I was like, is this the chorus? Because I don't really feel a hook there. But after I listened to it a couple times, I felt pretty okay with it. Like, it started growing on me.
Maybe.
I mean, it's just a personal thing. It started sounding better after a couple listens for me.
Maybe, I don't know. None of the previous ones from Cheeky Parade have really caught me at all.
Yeah.
It's just, they're an Idol Street group.
Yeah.
And they do really good live performances.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't buy their singles.
But you might go see a concert.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, so that's the song. So the PV is shot in like a island-looking location. They're on the beach, and that's where they're performing and just kind of chilling. But the rest of the PV kind of takes place in a cottage, I guess, around that area. It's like a wooden cabin, and they're sleeping around, eating food, playing board games and shit. So it's like I don't know what it is. It's a weird PV because it feels like they're on a deserted island and they're just kind of living a happy life, sort of, without civilization.
Oh, it's almost like, hey, we're on vacation, but we're gonna dance on the beach and perform.
So that doesn't look like a very fun vacation spot because it's not like there's people to like take you for a tour or get you on a boat or anything like that. It just looks like a fucking deserted island to me.
Well, from what we see,
Yeah. That
that
shit looks like straight out of like Battle Royale or a fucking Lord of the Flies.
that could be like their own little private beach right there, and the rest of it's somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder where this is shot, though.
Probably some island in like South Japan. Probably like towards Okinawa.
Because I definitely can't say I've seen this particular location before.
Looks like where they shot that one NMB Bokurano Yurika, where it was like deserted looking. That's my impression.
I don't remember that one.
You don't remember that one with like the Planet of the Apes thing going on? It's like
No.
civilization's gone and there's a fucking like Statue of Liberty like buried in sand, but it wasn't the Statue of Liberty. It was like the theater manager or something. I forgot what it was, but
Kichagawa Kenji. Oh,
no, it wasn't Kitagawa Kenji. It was I think it was a theater manager, the bald guy. I think I'm not sure.
No, it doesn't ring a bell right off the top. If I saw it, I'd probably remember.
It wasn't a very memorable release.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about this one too.
Yeah. I don't know. I like it. I don't like the PV very much, but I like the song. So, the song's pretty boring. It's a nice like member showcase, but the PV itself isn't all that interesting. All right, Draco's a little occupied. The issue I've always had with Cheeky Parade is instrumentals, where it just feels flat. Because I know their songs are super hype, but their instrumentals just kind of like are dead weight, and it kind of drops the song a notch. But then I got into like Colorful Starlight, which had really good instrumentals, and the song has okay instrumentals. There are parts of it that I really do like. There's like nice little fills and touches and stuff going on. So I'll give points for that, but it still doesn't pack a punch. That's my issue that I've had with Cheeky Parade's music. It's just the instrumentals were super lacking.
Yeah.
That's always been my issue, at least.
Yeah, Colorful Starlight was pretty good.
I love that song.
I had to go re-listen to it to figure out which song it was.
I think it's a great song. So you want to rate this one?
I'd say 65 for the song. The PV would be about a 60.
Okay.
I'm just not into the whole dance shot thing.
I like it. I like it when people are dancing on the beach. Personally.
But I'm not sure what else, I would do with this one.
Yeah. I think they kind of pigeonholed themselves by going to this location.
Yeah.
There's something missing about it.
If they had done this song with, like, say, just them having a barbecue.
Yeah.
Kind of do the whole start fire type thing, just kind of cut that in with a few dancings, I think it would have been better.
Yeah.
Like them making the curry that they're eating.
Sure, I can get along with that. All right, I'm going to give the PV a 70. I think it's fine. Members are shot nice, so, that's pretty much the only positive that I see. It's pretty boring. I like the outfits. I think they're pretty cool. I like ties. Ties are a thing I like on idols, so I like that. The song, I'm going to give an 82. I think it's growing on me even more, so this might be one of those songs that has legs, and I'll end up enjoying more and more as time goes on. So that's Cheeky Parade's Skygate. And next up, probably going to be our last PV to cover. It's another Avex Idol Street group. It's Supergirls, Cadena to Victory. And instead of an I, it's an exclamation point, so you know they're excited.
Oh, God. I missed that.
Yeah, about this victory. Because, an exclamation point is an upside-down lowercase I, so...
Yeah.
It makes sense, I guess. Except the victory in the title is all uppercase, so kind of doesn't make sense.
They're shouting it.
See, I try to save it for them, but they fucked up. I try to make it, relevant, but no, they fucked up.
I've generally liked Supergirl songs.
I'm about 50-50 on them.
This one, not so much.
I feel like this song is the first one that I've liked in a while.
They're another group that hasn't been releasing a lot either.
Seemingly, yeah. Let me check.
Yeah.
Last song that I really liked was Hanamichi Ambitious.
At least not PV-wise, they haven't been.
Yeah. Jesus, their Wikipedia page is huge. Their last single that they released is Ichate Ya Chate. And then before that was Gira Gira Revolution. And I did not like those songs. And before that was Ahaha Chozetsu Bakusho, which I did not like either. And
wasn't that the summer song with the...
Yeah, it's like the traditional Japanese festival.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. That was a good song.
I didn't like it. I didn't like anything they released after Hanamichi Ambitious. So yeah, they've been on the back of my head. I haven't been really thinking about them for about a year now, over a year now. So yeah, I guess they're back in a good way. I think I decently enjoy this. Not totally sold on it.
Yeah. I like this more than Cheeky Parades. I have a very odd relationship with Idol Street groups.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the Supergirls PVs and songs, but don't care for their live performances.
Okay.
And I really don't care for Cheeky Parades, but their live performances are really good.
Okay. What about Gem?
I like Gem songs. I haven't actually watched any of their live stuff. So
interesting. There is another group called Wasta that's sitting around and coming up.
Yeah, I watched their first single.
Mm-hmm. It's like a live shot PV, right? That's the one I saw.
I don't remember.
Wasn't super.
I heard their song though, and it's all right. Nothing that would get me
super excited.
Yeah, not yet anyway.
Yeah, we'll give it time. You know what? You know what I realized? This Supergirls is becoming Watanabe Koume and Friends. Remember Maishima Ami was like the true center. Like it was like one of the groups that's still doing that. One true center. She's always gonna be in the center. She is she is the face of the group. But damn, like Watanabe Koume is just like taking that role and like ran with it, I guess. I remember her as a wee lass, Party Rockets.
Oh, right, okay.
Remember she was in Party Rockets with Konoyuka, and then Konoyuka left, and and Kome left, and Kome joined Supergirls, and Konayuka's in like Aether, and then now she's doing some random thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. My Oshi. Where's your career, girl?
Mashima Ami doesn't actually seem to have near the vocal presence in this song that she normally does.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man. Watanabe Kome just sort of took that role. It's crazy. I mean, I'm not complaining.
And her freaking ears.
Why?
Green has ears that remind me of like Hono, or not Honoka's, that other group, the one that did, was it Like You Fire?
Who? What?
Was it? Oh, Jesus.
I know the girl you're talking about in Supergirls. Yeah, that girl has some ears.
Yeah. There's another group that the front girl, the center girl, has massive ears.
I mean, the only center girl that I can think of with massive ears is Honoka from Shachihoko.
No. Honoka's don't really compare.
They're bigger than Honoka's?
I would say yes.
Oh my god. Now I'm curious as to see what you're talking about.
But I have to see if this is the right group.
What group?
Tochi Ultimate 25.
I'm not familiar with the members.
I have to look to see if this is the right group or if I'm thinking of somebody else. Oh god, I'd have to go back through the podcast and find it. We haven't covered them in quite a while.
No, we haven't. I don't think I've seen anything they released recently.
I don't think they have released anything recently.
That might explain it. So yeah, the PV takes place in like this dining hall, wedding hall ceremony type place. Well, that's at least where the dance shot is, and then it's just sort of shot in this weird, like randomly Western-looking place. It looks like a fucking, I don't know, Victorian, if you will. I was about to say Elizabethan. It seems like a Victorian, like, structure. Very Western style.
This looks like a place that TGS has recorded before.
Yeah, like Ume, right?
Was it Ume?
Yeah, I remember Ume. I watched that PV last night. Yeah.
Yeah, the one with all the butlers.
Yep. Or boyfriends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that PV. Yeah, vividly. Yeah, it sort of looks like that. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
That dance shot in that PV looks exactly like the dance shot in this.
Yeah.
You know what? I need to go and compare actually now. So
even some of the staircase shots from it kind of.
I remember it looking like this. You're absolutely right about that. So they're just I don't know how to explain it. I don't exactly know what's going on in the story. They're trying to get into like some sort of ball or something, I guess, but they get kicked out at the end. I don't quite understand what the point of the PV is or the story. I'm missing something here. Because at one point, like towards the beginning, they were just kind of like lounging on like a big ass long table, and they're all just like chilling or whatever. But I don't know why or what is going on in that.
I'm pretty sure that's the same. Yeah, that's the same place.
I'm looking at the PV right now for TGS. I need to.
The color filtering is different, but that's the same place.
Yeah, it looks really. Yeah, it looks like the same exact fucking place. You're absolutely right, man. Yeah, the colors look different because the way they shot, the TGS video, it's a little darker, so the dark colors stand out more.
Yeah.
But like this Supergirl's PV, it's shot with a Japan filter, so colors don't really stand out.
Lots of lights.
Yeah, I think this is the same exact place. You have nailed it, man. Yeah, it's got to be the same place.
Yeah.
The same. It's the decorations, the on the wall, the ornaments. It's exactly the same.
The floor design.
Yeah, floor design is exactly the same. It's crazy. Well, it makes sense. They're Avex, so.
Yeah. Which means they're in a really posh fucking place.
Probably. It's probably really expensive to use that place.
Well, I mean, just looking at this one room, that's pretty freaking posh.
Yeah, it looks really nice. Super expensive to chill out there, probably.
And looking at it, having watched the TGS PV, that's like a freaking. Oh my god, that place probably cost a few $1 million.
Yeah, but I have to say TGS used it better.
Yes.
Now, because this looks like a fucking drunk teenage party, while TGS looked really, really upper class, serving caviar, stuff like that. This looks a little. I don't know. I don't understand what's going on. They're in this not storage room, but a smaller, tinier room, and they're dressed a little casually. I don't get what's going on in this PV and why they get kicked out. I don't know what they're supposed to be.
They get kicked out because they're partying too hard.
Or they're not supposed to be there. They're inappropriate. They're too trashy or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on. This PV is fucking weird.
Well, they've also got the freaking map set out like it's some clue or...
Oh, maybe they're trying to break in then.
Maybe they're trying to rob the safe that's on the staircase.
Well, you know what? This is the typical Avex short version where it's not really a short version because you get the full song, but it's a short version because you're missing key points like this. That probably is explained in the full version.
Yeah, I think they're trying to steal something from it.
Oh, maybe. That makes sense.
Because they did that typical ninja pose as they're running down the hallway.
Yeah.
With the finger.
Yeah. As if that makes them any more sneakier.
Yeah. It doesn't, but it screams out, yeah, we're trying to sneak around.
Yeah. And then they get kicked out by dudes wearing the helmet. I don't know what the fuck that helmet is.
Me either.
They look like thimbles or something.
Yeah. Something.
Yeah, so I don't think this PV is bad, but it doesn't make any sense. And I guess the saving grace is that the members are shot really well for me. I really, really enjoy how the members look. But yeah, Japan filter, so that's automatically minus 10 points.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely don't get those face masks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't understand what's going on.
That's this is all we got. We got some screen and some red plastic. Put this on. That's all we got in the budget after we rented this freaking place. And act like security.
Yep. They look ridiculous. All right, you want to give it that hot rate?
I would give this a 75. For the no, I'd give the song a 78. I really enjoy the song. The PV, a 68.
Yeah,
it's shot well, but it's stupid.
Yep. I'm right there with you. I'm going to give a song a 76. Might grow on me. I'm not sure. I like the energy. I appreciate that. Supergirls always brings the hype. That's always good.
Yeah.
See, that's the difference between Supergirls and Cheeky Parade. They don't have semi-boring instrumentals, so their music is always hype. Even if, it's not the catchiest song, the energy's there. Even, just vocally or instrumentally, the energy's there. which I appreciate. And I'm going to give the PV a 72. I think it's fairly enjoyable. I think you want to go into it wanting to see your Oshi or your favorite members or whatever. It's not so much about interesting camera techniques or intricate plot, interesting, camera work or anything like that. It's just the members shot very well. I appreciate that. That's what I really, really appreciate, and appreciate that a lot in Idol PV. So,
yeah,
that was Supergirl's Kare Naru victory. All right, so that's gonna be it for the impressions. So before we close out the show with the final word, I'm gonna do.
That's what it was.
What?
The other girl I was thinking of. I think it's the girl from Diana Sweet.
Diana Sweet. Okay.
I
I don't know the members except for that one girl that Del keeps spamming.
Wow, I can't even find anything by them on YouTube.
All right, you tell me if you get results. I'm gonna start plugging.
Okay.
As always, go to newschoolcotton.com for the latest articles, latest podcasts, latest whatever we got going on the site. We have stuff like Kenny, our very own Kenny, missing no 15. He translated Sasha Areno's book, Sasha Areno of HKT48. She wrote a autobiography. It's very, very cool. I read some of it. It's very interesting. You should go read it. I should go finish it myself. But yeah, he translated into English, so go check that out if you're curious. He's working on a Takamina book as well, so check that out too when that comes out. And you can download our podcast on newschoolcotton.com, iTunes, or Stitcher. And don't forget, if you visit those places, don't forget to leave comments or reviews on iTunes or Stitcher. That spreads the word. So please do that. And of course, please do retweet, favorite, whatever. Try and get the word out, share whatever you can to get the word out about the podcast or the website. Our Twitter links will be in the show notes, but you can follow the newschoolcotton.com account at newschoolcotton, and then Draco at Draco60, and me at YoshiRect. And you have other things to check out, like on Friday nights, Batsugatsu Bakatsu the TV, featuring the Dudes Explode. Friday nights, 7 p.m. Pacific time, and selective-hearing.com for your Asian pop, urban beats, house music needs, and nihongogo.com for your Japan online entertainment coverage. If you're watching this on YouTube, the archives, or if you're watching this live, please do comment, like, share, favorite, do all that. Get the word out if you enjoy it. Thank you, if you can. And if you'd like to contribute to New School Kaidan, hit up our website at newschoolkaidan.com and hit the link that says want to contribute. And see what you have to offer. If you want to be a writer, podcaster, broadcaster, webmaster, programmer, artist, whatever you want to help us out, please do let us know. We appreciate it. So that's going to do it for the show. But before we close it out, you got any final word, anything you're looking forward to next week?
Retro 80s.
Retro 80s?
Yeah.
What?
Next week. We're going to throw it back to the 80s.
Oh, you're talking about Naomi Rusty?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I like the PV and Hangouts. That's the girl I was thinking of with the ears. That's the center for Diana Sweet.
Oh, yeah, that is the girl. Okay, that Del links all the time. Gotcha. Yeah, I remember her. Like, I don't follow Diana Sweet that closely, so.
Yeah, that's why it took me this long to think about it.
But yeah, she does have very distinct, very projected ears.
Yeah, she could also use about 12 steaks.
Well, she's a tiny, tiny girl. She could use a lot of things.
That doesn't mean she needs to be showing her ribs off.
Oh, yeah, we don't need to see that. But, of course, you could also use a high school education because, you should probably graduate from high school at the very least. Not saying she quit. I'm just saying she should continue with her studies.
Yeah.
Stay in school, kids. All right. So anything?
No.
All right. So for me, I wrote my monthly review for January 2016. Go check that out. That's at newschoolcon.com. And if you want to join in on the idle chat fun or video game chat, whatever chat, we can make chat rooms for whatever topic you want to discuss. Hit me up at YoshiRect on Twitter and ask for the Discord details, and I will hit you up with an invite. You can join in, chat with all the other idle bros that's hanging out in there. Chat with me live. We got voice chat, text chat, ability to upload pictures, GIFs, and then paste it right onto the browser or on the app itself. So it's a pretty cool program. So I hope to see more people in there, and I hope I get to chat live with you guys using that. Hopefully, more people soon. And as always, thank you for watching. That's going to be it for this show, and we'll see you guys next week for episode 272. Peace out. You don't want to say bye?
Later.